Why, hello. Welcome to another video from Phantom of Haunted Hill. I'm Mike, your Phantom. Yeah, I had to peel my skin away. It got sunburned so bad, I just peel it off. It'll grow back. I'm joking. Yes, but I am the Phantom of Haunted Hill. I have a guest today. We have Sam from the band Bands. Your Kids on Fire. Elders of the Apocalypse. Liquified Cadaver Ooze. Yeah, like
Yeah, there's a few of them.
So how's it going, Sam?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I gotta get my glasses on. I'm old, so I need my glasses to see. 2 feet in front of me.
At least you still got your hair, man. I lost mine a long time ago.
Yeah. When I was in the hospital a couple of years ago, when I was dying, I had my hair cut, so it was really short and it grew mighty quick. They call me Samson. All right, let's see here. You play drums.
I play drums, guitar, and I do vocals also, but I do different things in, different bands.
Yeah,
Liquified Cadaver Ooze, I just play drums. And Your Kids on Fire, I play drums, play guitar, and do half of the vocals. In Elders of the Apocalypse, I play drums and do half of the vocals and guitar leads. And I'll probably, if we end up doing anything else to that band, I'll just be playing guitar also. And let's see here. I can't even remember, my own stuff, man. They live in putrefaction. I
yeah,
used to just do guitar and vocals, and now I'll be doing guitar, vocals, and drums and bass, all that, because I'll be doing that band by myself. The drummer on that demo was Isaac Horn, the guy that plays in Sulfuric Cauldron and a bunch of other crazy stuff.
yeah.
But I think that's it as far as active stuff. Oh yeah, Profane Ruination. Can't forget that. Play drums in that band also.
Yeah. Man, I wish I could play guitar because then I would just make my own grind bands, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it helps to to know how to play guitar, but uh, I don't think you have to know, but it just if you can't find musicians, it's definitely a plus.
Yeah. I know. I know. I most of everybody I know in Cleveland is mostly involved, well, with the extreme metal scene, but mostly on the death metal side. Like I never
Yeah,
never hear of any grind bands. My friend Emma, she owns a record store here. She just bought a club called she calls it No Class.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it it used to be a punk rock club.
Okay,
Paul sold it and Emma bought it. So
okay. Yeah, we
she
don't have much of a scene here in Knoxville. It's it's
no,
pretty lame as far as extreme music goes. There's some heavy music, but it's not really my thing. They're into the what the hell you call that stuff really, you know, stoner doom type crap, shit like that. I love doom, but I don't get into stoner doom at all really.
yeah,
I'm more of a trouble and Saint Vitus, Witchfinder General, stuff like that.
yeah, Candlemass.
Oh yeah, definitely Candlemass, Dream Death, could go on for a while. I do
Yeah,
love doom, but for some reason that style is really, really popular here. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, man. And there's some death metal bands, but there's just never really been a scene for that kind of music here. I mean, Brodican, that band Brodican's from here, but they don't play shows around here, and I don't think they ever have. But you know, I
Really?
don't blame them. I'm not really. I don't really. I think they're really brutal, but I don't really listen to that brutal death stuff. I'm more of a other kinds of death metal type of guy, I guess.
Yeah, I know. It's like I grew up with, death metal being a huge, giant, important part of my life back in the day. But I hear all these bands nowadays, and I don't even think it's death metal. But then I get
No,
into more extreme, real death metal, would be like cardiac arrest, stuff like that.
yeah, that's good.
So it's just under the extreme people like myself and you, obviously, we're always going to be in the underground.
Oh yeah,
And I
I
like
like it. I like a lot of different kinds of music, but I'm definitely a metal and grind and into that stuff more than the other shit.
yeah. How about punk rock? Oh,
I like punk, but I would be a liar to say that I know a shitload about it. I know more about hardcore punk. I like the faster stuff more than I like the melodic and uh
yeah.
noisy stuff, but I do like punk, but I've always been more of I like Final Conflict and
Oh,
stuff
yeah. Yeah.
more. I
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff more. And Disrupt is a huge influence on me and Ryan, the other guy in Your Kids on Fire. We really like him a lot. That's one of the bands that gave us the idea for the crazy dual vocals. Carcass too, of course, but Disrupt really pushed the envelope on that stuff. But some people, don't really think of them as grindcore, but I don't know. They're somewhere in between. I guess they're
Yeah.
really they're really crazy. I wish they were still around.
Yeah. I think that's a perfect description of them.
Yeah, they're like them, but they're somewhere in between because they kind of, they have stuff that's blasting, and then they have stuff that sounds like just regular punk or hardcore, and
Yeah.
they kind of do it all.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing when I got to see some videos of them playing for the first time. I was surprised that they were long haired guys because, most of the people I knew that were in that kind of stuff, they weren't long hairs at all. I don't know why that's supposed to matter, but I was always brought up thinking that, long hairs were just metalheads, and they didn't play that kind of music, but they definitely rule. Destroy was another one that I remember when I seen them. I was kind of like, wow, these guys are long hairs too. It
Yeah.
just
And
it's an
how
old stereotype, I guess, that there's not long hairs into that music.
well, luckily it means something different than the 60s,
Yeah,
where you were a hippie.
yeah.
Yeah, man. I listen to some psychedelic rock, man. Go to Woodstock. God, I'm glad we're from our generation. That's all I know.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I
Okay.
like I like some of that old weird rock, but you know, I didn't like it growing up. I got into it as I became an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I learned a lot about music from Cleveland College radio.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's where I got my people say, well, how do you know about this AP? From listening to Cleveland College radio. I used to tape, I would record everything on cassette, all the punk shows, all the death metal shows, all the thrash shows. Then would listen to. I got into the fusion show with this guy Randy. He had a great show, and I even checked out some bluegrass. I was listening to
Yeah,
these fucking guys, man, ripping it up, and it's like,
yeah, definitely, definitely. There's, when I was young, I didn't see talent in other kinds of music like that, but you get older, you realize that, there's people that are wearing it out and really talented,
yeah,
playing all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
That kind of music is obviously very huge where I live.
yeah.
Country bluegrass, it's people are really big into it here.
Well, they drink moonshine before they play, and
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I've drank it before, but it I got home and didn't know how I got there. So I made it home and didn't know how I got there. That's what I meant to say.
have you been nipping on the bud a little today?
Yeah.
Okay, Sam, let's talk about liquefied cadaver ooze.
All right.
When I think of
Well,
that name, I like to think about how they got jelly in those squeezable containers.
yeah.
Like this Gore comes out with.
That's what I was kind of thinking of when I came up with the name was, just how you see these pictures of these really rotten cadavers and corpses and stuff, and there's that greenish black looking shit oozing out of them. That's what I thought of. Kind of like the Tar Man in a way. That wasn't really exactly who I thought of, but that was definitely came to mind.
Yeah. So
But
you guys got a demo.
yes, we I don't know. I want to try to see if somebody will do something with it. It's just so short. I don't think a lot of people really want to because it's less than 5 minutes. I think maybe some people, and I understand, because hell, it's not free to make CDs and records and tapes, but
Yeah.
maybe it's too short. But well, it'll get put on something eventually. But I've got to record some more drums so we can have another longer recording. But
Yeah.
I just recorded the drums in a friend's jam room, and it was as a basement actually. It was like partially underground and shit. It was kind of a cool dank atmosphere down there, and I sent the stuff to Talus, and he recorded all the guitars, and then Glazio did the vocals, and both of those guys are from Sebum Excess Production. Talus is in a million bands himself, trachoma and sociopathic behavior and stuff. They're real good guys though.
Oh man, that's cool.
But
So
I want to do more music. Definitely, there's more music on the horizon. Just getting something set up because I don't know how to record my own stuff. I didn't learn that aspect of music, recording and gear and stuff. So it's like I know how to play, but I don't know how to do that shit. So I got to find somebody to record me.
yeah.
But you know, it'll happen in time, I guess.
Yeah.
There used to be a studio here that we could go to, and the guy was really cool. But now there's not really any places for this kind of music, and if there are, they're really expensive, like the other places I've heard of. But you know, well, it'll happen eventually.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. What other band do you are you actively pursuing, I guess, right now? Your kid's on fire?
Well, I wish we could do more with the band, but Ryan's really busy. He has a lot of stuff going on. He writes horror stories and everything, and he's busy with his job and just life in general. And we don't live in the same town either, but I wish we could do more with it. But after we got Jackings out, we just figure we'll wait a while because it's just not easy to really get together. But I
Yeah.
guess Liquified Cadaver Ooze, Live in Putrefaction, and uh, Profane Ruination, I guess, are the active ones as of right now. Because I did do a band with one of the old members of Your Kids on Fire and Elders of the Apocalypse, Jay. It was called Vomit Breath, and he played drums, and I did guitar and vocals, and we quit jamming together. So I recorded some stuff by myself, and I was going to do that band by myself, but after Living Putrefaction came along, I was just kind of like, well, that's don't make any sense to have two bands
Yeah.
with me by myself in them like that. So I'm just going to combine the riffs and stuff together
Yeah.
in one band.
That's
Uh,
cool.
yeah, it's kind of hard to rule this much, my friend.
I know
Yeah.
that's something always holds you back. Like I wish I could have a band, or even like I said, even just play guitar because I could play one string on the guitar.
Well, you could learn a power chord. There's bands that their whole every one of their songs are just power chords. Do you know what that is on a
Yeah.
guitar? Okay, that's what a lot of bands don't ever go beyond that, and it only takes two strings on a guitar to play that. Oh man, you just gotta.
But mine
It's
will be really fast though.
well, I think Mick Harris wrote a lot of that early Napalm stuff on a guitar that I think somebody said a guitar that only had like a couple of strings, and you hear how fast that shit is. It's
Yeah.
classic brutal stuff.
Yeah.
You can always learn it if you really have the desire to. I always encourage people. You know,
I just can't make a chord. I got a guitar right here, and I just can't make chords. I can beat the shit out of the drums, but when it comes to guitar, forget it.
well, maybe one day we can do a band together. You know.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. I enjoy playing because I'm usually the one that has to play the drums, and I enjoy getting a chance to play guitar. And it's a lot of fun to not have to worry about you know two roles in a
Yeah,
band.
yeah. There's a lot of one-man grind bands too. Like I was thinking of Clumps of Flesh, and isn't Gangrene Discharge?
I think so. Yeah, there's a lot of bands that play that stuff that are one man projects. I remember when that wasn't a common thing,
Yeah,
but now it's very common.
like Mortician used to do with the drum machine.
Oh yeah. I have a friend that saw them live one time with a drum machine. I thought that would be pretty cool to see him. I've seen him with Roger playing drums, and that fucker he can play as fast as that drum machine. So that was really cool. But it'd be cool to see him with the drum machine too. I enjoy it myself. The drum machine. I think it sounds crazy in its own way.
Especially when you speed it up really quick and it's like
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. That's for sure. I don't know 5% of all the insanity that's out there nowadays. I spent too much time listening to the same old crap, I guess. But I enjoy the new stuff, but I'd be a liar to say I know about all of it. That's why I enjoy listening to your show, because get to hear a lot of stuff on there that I've heard of but haven't got to hear.
That's cool.
That's always enjoyable, because not all of my friends like that kind of music,
Yeah,
and I don't have people that can not many people that can share it with me. My bandmates and stuff obviously like that kind of stuff, and they let me hear things, but
yeah,
I have friends that don't like metal, or they like metal and they don't like grind, vice versa.
yeah. Well, it says we got 10 minutes, so we'll just do a part two to this right after this. How's that sound?
That's fine.
Okay. Man, I wish I had more lights. I got a disco light. I made a video that I was at the Phantom at the discotheque. And I was there with the Bride of Frankenstein. She was my date, and I was looking for her. And
Bride was hot, man.
I know. And Dr. Frankenstein knew how to put them together,
Yeah, man.
huh?
I
Well,
like that female, or zombie as they call it in Flesh for Frankenstein. She was hot.
yeah. Or how about I got one section of my DVDs over here. So how about this one? A really classic telling of the Frankenstein story.
Oh yeah, that's a great one right there, man.
Dr. Gore.
Oh yeah.
I love this movie. I remember I rented it on VHS from the video store back in the day.
I remember it is Body Shop
Yeah,
and Dr. Gore.
yeah. It sucks. I had the VHS and it had the Body Shop title, and I'm
Oh, that's
such
cool.
a fool for selling it. Such a fool.
I sold all my VHS, but I was out of wanting to keep them anymore. I kind of just was, you know, I was over it a little bit, I guess. I still think they're awesome, but I
Yeah.
just don't have the room for them. I got so much shit, man. I just had to let them go.
I
But I
know.
was able to. I didn't make like a killing on them, because I don't. I just ain't that type, man. I don't mess with selling stuff on eBay. I got a friend that has a video and movie store, and he bought them from me and gave me trade credit at his store. So I ended up getting a lot of them on Blu-ray anyway. It was cool. It worked out just fine.
Yeah.
I knew you back then. I could have got rid of some of them to you if you were interested in them, but I didn't know you then.
Yeah. I used to, we had a video store here in Lakewood, which is a city right next to Cleveland, and it was called Beware Video. And this guy, Eddie, and his wife, Natalie, they owned it. And they ended up closing the store after a few years. And one day, my friend calls me up. He's like, "Man, you got to go to this garage sale. It's the greatest garage sale in the world." So I went, and it's nothing but boxes of the VHS. And that's all they had was horror and exploitation,
Wow.
like underground Japanese.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
this
I
was,
remember the feeling of finding stuff like that, man. Is
oh, I bought everything. I
yeah.
got comics, I got books too. Like that was an incredible, but I had to sell a lot of it. And when I first was selling it, I had no clue how much a lot of those were going for.
Yeah.
Like some I had were so rare, they
It's
were,
kind of obscene how much some of that shit goes for,
yeah,
because guys like you and I that had that stuff, you
yeah,
know, we just let it go, and then some fucker that a lot of times don't even care about the stuff ends up with it and makes a bunch of money off of it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for a garage sale. A bunch
Yeah,
of punk rock records,
come along.
a horror movie. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know how much time we have. It didn't pop up again, so we're gonna keep going. Yeah, we're gonna keep because that's how we roll. Because
yeah.
I
That there's a another place that has movies that just opened up in Knoxville called Grindhouse Video. They have a lot of stuff too, but the other place, the Dungeon, my friend owns, he's got a his place is more has more of a feel like a video store. And Grindhouse try to act like they're all underground and stuff, and it's like fucking Blockbuster in a way. It's so clean and neat, and everything's in place in there. But you know, I'm glad that we have some places around here to get that kind of stuff because,
yeah.
like I was telling you earlier, I don't really order things offline. I'm too paranoid. Somebody's gonna take the money that I don't have.
Yeah. I encountered that on Amazon one time. And what's funny is that the phone number on the internet was an Amazon phone number. And these motherfuckers got into my laptop. I had to take it in and get them taken out of it.
Bam,
So
that sucks.
yeah. All right. Let's see here. Well, Lucio Fulci.
Oh yeah, that's the man. I'm a Fulci guy. I'll
Yeah,
be
me
honest.
too.
I don't. Yeah, I don't really like giallos, man. And people act like that's you know just absolute blasphemy. But I don't hate them. But I'm more of just a gore guy. The giallos. Yeah, there's a lot of cool kills in them, and definitely a lot of beautiful, beautiful women in them. But I
Yeah,
don't know. I just like more. I guess I like more lowbrow stuff.
yeah,
Gory stuff and zombies and monsters and shit like that.
yeah.
That's what I like the most. Cannibals. Although I've, I've never been able to stand the animal shit that's in their movies, but that's part of them, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Uh, I can't, I can't make a big deal out of it because I do eat meat, so
And that's what they eat out there. So, but
yeah. I mean, I don't.
we didn't
Yeah,
get to see it. Yeah. But
yeah. I like
aside,
stuff like that though. Just I've got some I've got posters in my room like "Don't Go in the House" and
awesome.
"Shogun Assassin," "Blood Sucking Creeps," and "Burial Ground," "Hunchback of the Morgue,"
Kick it.
"Anthropophagus." You know,
Oh, I got a Hunchback of the Morgue shirt, but I'm wearing my New York Ripper shirt.
yeah, it's awesome, man. I've seen that. I got a "Hunchback of the Morgue" shirt too. What's yours have on it? Is I'm wondering if you might have the same one I do.
Um,
Is it?
you want me to get it real quick?
Yeah, yeah. If you can find it.
All right. Tell a joke or something. I'll be right back. Oh, right here. Isn't it great? I was one hanger short of being able to hang it up. Perfect.
Oh yeah, that's the one I've got. Yeah, it's killer.
Yeah. I got it from Billy from Razorback Records.
Yep, that's where mine came from too.
They really stay.
I remember when Ryan and I wrote the music to that song, Your Kids on Fire song, Hunchback of the Morgue. We didn't even have that name. Wasn't even going to sing it about that song when we originally wrote it, but uh, just thought that because it's got them kind of heavy car